I had two reactions to her interview: unsurprised, unimpressed. I described Ms. Harris as AOC without the bartending experience. And I think that's accurate. That's how she'll govern. And I'll be glad to talk about specifics in her record. She has one.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something super interesting lined up for you. We're diving into a fiery reaction from Senator John Kennedy after Vice President Kamala Harris's recent interview. Senator Kennedy always has a way with words, and this time, he didn't hold back. If you're curious about the senator's thoughts on Harris's energy policies, her track record, and how he compares her to AOC, stick around. So, let's start with Senator Kennedy's initial reaction to Kamala Harris's interview. When asked if he was buying what she's selling, he responded with his signature bluntness. He described the interview as both unsurprising and unimpressive, which in classic Kennedy fashion, came with a side of breakfast food analogy. He went on to accuse Harris of Tier 1 level pandering, comparing her to a wolf promising to be vegan just to get the sheep's vote. This is Kennedy's way of saying her promises don't match her past actions. Now, energy policies were a big topic, especially with Louisiana being such an important state for energy production. Kennedy didn't mince words when it came to Harris's stance on fracking and fossil fuels. He made it clear that while he supports renewable energy, fossil fuels are still crucial. He threw in one of his famous one-liners saying, "My car doesn't run off fairy dust and unicorn urine." Next, let's talk about inflation, another hot topic Kennedy tackled. He claims that Harris was part of creating the worst inflation the United States has seen in 40 years. Houses that used to cost $304,000 are now $423,000, and Kennedy made sure to point out how Harris and the current administration are to blame for that.
I listened to the Vice President's interview. I'm biased, I suppose, because I know her well. She's a nice person. I just don't agree with her. I had two reactions to her interview: unsurprised, unimpressed. I'm a pretty simple guy. I like breakfast food and straight answers. I didn't hear any straight answers from the Vice President. What I heard her say basically was, I do too have values, and if you don't like them, I have others. I thought she engaged in Tier 1 level pandering. It was sort of like a wolf promising to be a vegan if the sheep will just vote for it. Now look, in politics, as in life, and you know this, Jason, talk is cheap. What you do is what you believe. What you do is what you believe. And everything else is just cottage cheese. As I said, I know the Vice President well. I've served with her for 7.5 years. I know what she will do as president. She is a San Francisco Democrat. She is a card-carrying member of the loon wing of the Democratic Party. Look, Republicans are not perfect, but the loon wing of the Democratic Party is crazy. I described Ms. Harris as AOC without the bartending experience. And I think that's accurate. That's how she'll govern, and I'll be glad to talk about specifics in her record. She has one, but you did a pretty good job of it yourself there.
He referred to Kamala Harris as AOC without the bartending experience, suggesting that her policies are too far left to be practical. He made it clear that if Harris were to ever become president, she would govern like a San Francisco Democrat, aligning herself with what he called the loon wing of the party. All right, that's it for today's breakdown of Senator John Kennedy's reaction to Kamala Harris's interview. His words were sharp, his points were clear, and as always, he didn't shy away from controversy. What do you guys think about his take? Do you agree with his assessment of Harris's policies, or do you think he's being too harsh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.